Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing part 1 of a 2-part video, which is 12 writing myths that I hate. There are things that people believe about writers or writing in itself, myths if you will, and I will be going through them in this 2-part video. I will be giving you 12 myths today, 12 myths in another video. So without further ado, I will start going through them now. So number 1, you can't make a living as a writer. This is nonsense because I actually know a whole lot of writers that are actually being sustained by their writing. Not only famous writers that have had movie deals, but writers that are even South African that are actually living off of their book sales and living off of it quite luxuriously. So that is just nonsense. Number 2, all writers are shy introverts that are timid. I am definitely not a shy introvert that is timid. I am known as an omnivert, which means that I can either be introvert or extrovert whenever I need to be. And you get all different ones. You get introvert, extrovert, ambivert, and omnivert. Writers can be any one of those. We are not all shy, timid, and introverts. Number 3, we're all miserable and tortured individuals or artists. Also not true. There are ones that are like that, but not all of us are like that. We do have moments of torture. Usually when we're feeling like we are imposters or we have imposter syndrome, but that doesn't always happen, and a lot of us are just happy, go-lucky people, we're happy. A lot of us are just happy, and we're not miserable. We enjoy life, and we enjoy people, and we're not tortured. Number 4, we all want that movie adaptation. Yes, obviously that would be an absolute bonus if you could get a movie adaptation for your book, but it's not what you write for, because if you wrote to get that, then you would be a screenwriter. If you're writing every book to be a movie, then you may as well just be a screenwriter. But obviously if you want, if it happens to you, you're not going to say no. Well, someone might, but I mean, you won't necessarily say no. But you're not writing for that sole purpose. It's not all writers are like that. Number 5, we will kill you off in a book if you get on our wrong side. Now, this one makes me laugh because I have shared posts about this because I think it's hilarious. But actually, we probably won't unless you have meant a lot in our lives, because being written into a book and being immortalized basically in the book means that you have a very big influence on our lives, because it takes a lot of time to create a character, to kill them off, you know, so you're putting a lot of time and effort into it. And if it's someone that's hurt you, you're not going to want to do all of that. You're not going to want to put a lot of time and effort into it. So even though it's very funny thinking about the fact that you might actually just kill someone off, it very rarely happens, because it's just too much effort to do all of that work just to kill off someone that you don't like. Number 6, our books are our personal fantasies, and our MC, which is our main character, is taken from our own personalities. Now I can see where a lot of people get confused with this, because a lot of the authors can do that, but not all writers are like that. I know that my main character has a lot of my similarities, but that's because I gravitate towards people like that. Most of my friends are like that too, so it could be about any one of my friends as well. People that I look up to, they all sort of have the same sort of personality. So yes, it would look like I've written it based on me, but it's not based on me. And also other writers don't necessarily do it as well, because then it would start getting boring if all of your characters were the same because they were like you. You need to have different characters, you need to have variety. So it can't all be about you. And I don't think many authors actually do that, because and personal fantasies, I mean, hello, have you seen some of the books out there, some of the dystopian realities and worlds that are created by authors? Would they really want to live in those worlds? I doubt it. I doubt it. So, I mean, Stephen King, I don't think he would want all of those things to happen to him. So no, I don't, that's not true at all. Number 7, rituals. What rituals? I mean, apparently authors have rituals. There probably are some authors that have rituals, but most of us just sit down and write. We don't care about rituals. We don't really have times that I mean, I know I try and keep to like a time-based daily to-do list, you could say. Like, it doesn't work for me always though, because there are things, because I'm at home, there are things that keep interrupting me. So I can't have a ritual because it just won't work. So I write when I have a chance to write. It's usually at night, when everybody is asleep and I don't have to worry about anybody, because I'm also a night owl. 8, our writing has deep, meaningful subtext. I actually find this one quite funny, because it's something that you get taught in English lit or literature, and my daughter has a big problem with it, where you have to read between the lines, and like with poetry, where they'll say like the curtains were blue, but actually it means that the person was depressed. And she's looking at it and she's going, because she's got an analytical mind, and she's thinking, but it just means the curtains are blue. And sometimes when an author's writing, that is all that they mean, is that the curtains are blue. It doesn't have some meaningful subcontext. It's wonderful when readers actually go in so into the book that they come up with stuff that you didn't even actually mean to say. But sometimes it's just what it is, you know. And it's quite funny to see how different people come up with, they see things differently from each other. Number 9, all writers are jaded. They hate life, they hate people, dogs, cats, babies, everything. They just hate everything. And that is very far from the truth. I know a lot of writers that are not like that. Yes, a lot of writers don't write like people, which is funny because they write about people, but it doesn't mean that they hate everything. They might be very happy with their lives and very happy with the way that it is. I personally don't hate people at all. I like people a lot because of the fact that I am part extrovert, and I actually enjoy being around people. Not all people, but most people I actually enjoy being around. So that is very untrue. And I also love cats, and I like dogs and nature and life. So yes, not jaded. Number 10, we were all born writers. So in other words, we walked out of the womb writing with a pen in one hand and paper in the other, and we were already writing as we walked out the womb. Not true. A lot of the writers had to actually hone their craft, and they had to become writers. And as they got older, they realized that they want to be writers. I mean, not all of us know what we want to be when we are in school. And I mean, if you do, props to you, but most people don't know what on earth they want to be. And sometimes you'll go and study something and then you'll find out that it was not what you wanted to do. So no, not all writers were born writers. It's just, you have to work at it. Number 11, you have to read books on the craft of writing. Now, you don't have to do this to be an author, but I would recommend it. It would be a good thing for you just to be able to help you, because sometimes there's a lot of rules that you have to follow, and it would be nice just to know them and not just leave them up to your editor to deal with. For me personally, I like to know beforehand. I like to know what to do. I like to know things. I need, I like to educate myself on those things. But you don't have to. If you just want to write and let someone else fix it for you, that is also fine. If you're someone that's just got an imagination but you don't care for all the other stuff, fine, you can do that as well. Number 12, you must outline your books. Now, this has got a lot to do with the video that I did about pantsing, plotting, and planters, which I'll link up at the top here, where you get the different people that write different ways. You do not need to outline your book. If you are a pantser, which just writes by the seat of your pants, then you will not do any outlining, and it's not wrong if you don't do any outlining. If you are a plotter or a planter, then you probably will do some outlining, especially if you're a planter, you'll only do some. As a plotter, you'll do probably all of it. But if you're a pantser, you don't have to outline, and you don't have to feel bad or think that you are not an author because you don't do an outline of your book. So don't feel bad about that. So that was number 12. Thank you for watching and for being a part of this community. If you liked the video, if you can please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, if you can please do so by clicking the subscription block below. It shows support for my channel, which I really do appreciate. And all of my social media will be in the description block below, including my blog, which is where you'll find more content from me. And if you go to www.patreon.com/Ondeane Lourens, you will also find more content from me, and it's also the best place for you to support what I do on this channel and also what I do on my blog. So I hope that you have a lovely day further. Enjoy your moments. Goodbye.